You're watching the Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, replacing missing teeth with dental implants. According to my first guest, he says nobody should be wearing a loose-fitting denture. With us, we have Dr. Michael Webster. Dr. Webster, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Now, I know you brought a stack of photos, so we'll try to get to as many of those as possible. Now, for people that don't know your practice, like who's the typical person that comes in for dental implants?
Technically, we don't have a typical patient, but we have a few scenarios that patients fall into, or a few situations that they fall into. So we typically see people that are terrified of ending up in a denture. They've got bacterial infections in their teeth, gum disease, cavities, loose teeth, and they're coming in saying, I don't want to end up like my mom or my dad or my grandparents.
So they feel like they're going to end up in a denture?
Absolutely, they do. And for those individuals, we can give them a brand new set of upper and lower teeth supported by implants. It's fantastic. Now, the other individuals that come in are ones that are already in dentures. Often they know that they have a problem, the denture's falling out, they can't chew, they can't smile confidently, or there's the other denture wearers that just actually have no idea that there's a better solution out there for them. And so exactly like the people that are heading towards a denture, we can make that denture go away with permanent teeth fastened by implants, top and bottom.
Now, you told me, and correct me if I'm wrong, that a denture wearer, and I guess both groups, but a denture wearer on the day of the procedure can walk in with no teeth and that day walk out with upper and lower teeth that don't come out. A full set. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Is that rare?
No, it's not rare. It's actually quite common. So typically what we do is we get them in, and if they're ready to go and they're set on what they want, which they usually are, they're tired of that denture, they want to throw it out. We take records, we design their smile, and next thing you know, we're doing surgery. We 3D print their final smile, and they're out of the chair with brand new teeth. It's incredible.
Now, when you say 3D print, so you're actually printing the teeth
in-house.
In the other room?
Yeah, in-house.
Is that why you do it so quickly?
Absolutely. Technology has progressed this field incredibly fast. It's remarkable what we can do. And like I said, it's all done in one day. We can design the smile, place the implants, print the teeth, fasten them to the implants, and they're gone in a day.
Okay, now you've traveled, we've talked about this. I mean, you've traveled all over the country and out of the country.
Yeah.
To learn implant dentistry.
Yeah, most of
even in South America, is that right?
Yeah, Colombia, Brazil. Most of my training began in Canada at Vancouver UBC. Then I traveled quite a bit to the U.S. to get trained by the experts in full arch treatment or implant treatment. And then it took me to other parts of the world. I do a lot in Europe, Portugal.
Is there that much to it?
Oh, there's tons. There's that saying, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, right?
Okay.
It's the same with dentistry, and everyone has their own little techniques or their own little gems that can make treatment more proficient and more successful. And what I've done is I've just tried to get every single tool in my bag so I can deliver it to my patients in Kelowna.
Okay, now correct me if I'm wrong. The way dental implants are typically done in Canada, even here in the States, you go to one doctor that does a surgery and another doctor that puts the teeth on top, and they're maintained elsewhere. 3 places.
Absolutely.
You do all 3 parts.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a barrier to treatment. And often my patients find me because they're told, hey, you have to go to 3 different places. And they don't want to do that. They formed a relationship with the dentist. They want that individual to complete the treatment. That's what we do at Kelowna Dental Center. Myself and my team, we're trained to do it from start to finish. We design the smile, we place the implants, we print the prosthesis, we do all the maintenance. It's
when you
one
say prosthesis, you're printing the teeth.
Yeah, sorry, the fixed permanent teeth, the full teeth.
Okay. How soon can they eat after the procedure?
Immediately.
Okay.
We want them on a soft diet primarily. However, most patients come back and they let it slip that in the first month they've had a steak. They've had something along those lines, and they're just blown away that they can function so fastly.
So when they're healed up, I mean, there's no restrictions on what you have to eat, or you have to be careful, like with a carrot, like biting it with your front teeth once you're healed up?
I mean, my restrictions, I say this, don't chew rocks.
Okay.
You can chew ice, avoid it. You know, it's just like natural teeth.
Okay.
When you get your new set of teeth in, you can eat anything you want. You want to protect them a little bit, so avoid chewing ice, and the joke I always say, avoid eating rocks.
Are there a lot, look, when we think of Canada, we think of just such a healthy group of people. Are there that many people wearing a denture, headed to denture? I mean, is it a big problem?
Yeah, I mean, it's a healthy country, but it's no different than any other country, and it's no different than the U.S. And if you go on the Government of Canada's website, it actually says that up to 25% of the population has worn some sort of fake teeth, removable teeth. So that's a huge part of the population.
Like in the millions?
Yes,
Okay.
in the millions.
Supposedly,
Absolutely.
I mean, in the States, 30 million people are wearing an upper or lower denture.
Yes.
Surprised to hear that. So Canada,
It
too.
is no different in Canada.
So if it's so good, why aren't they all doing it? What's your take? Why aren't they all coming in to get their new teeth?
A lot of them don't know it can be done.
Okay.
So this is a big thing. Or they've been told that it can't be done for them due to low bone levels.
But it is true, though. I mean, if you've been wearing a denture 10 years, you can't do this. You don't have enough bone.
That's not true.
Is that right? No?
That is an old way of thinking. And it's also potentially an inexperienced way of treating a patient. It's a way that we used to think things had to be done. But now with improvements in expertise and technology, bone is not an issue for us. We can treat 99% of patients in our office, whatever their situation is.
I mean, you have you have more than 50 people on the team. Have you ever had to turn anybody away and say you don't have enough bone? Have you
No,
personally?
not to date. No.
Okay.
There's different techniques, and this is part of the reason I travel around the world. So I put all those advanced techniques into my toolbox in order to treat people with minimal bone, because it is very common for a denture wearer to have minimal bone. But we have different ways of treating it and advancements in technology that this is no longer an issue.
Now, we were in the green room talking about this, and I asked you, I said, are there a lot of people doing it the way you're doing it, at the level you're doing it with these in-house printers of teeth and things? I said, is there anybody else doing it near you? And you said no.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
It's quite a commitment on my part and my team's part in order to deliver this treatment. We've committed to the technology, we've committed to the training. It's been years of training. It's been significant investments in order to deliver at a level that we think is acceptable. And we see the results from the happiness in our patients after we've delivered these results. So I'm not a specialist. I'm a general dentist, and there's great specialists in my area, actually across Canada. There's great oral surgeons, periodontists, prosthodontists. As a general dentist, I'm definitely biased and feel that I have an unfair advantage because I get to make the teeth, I get to do the implants, I get to do every element of it. Therefore, I have full control over it and full communication with my patients in order to achieve what they want.
Do you think this is like the future of dentistry? Like dentures as we know them today will be gone. They'll all be attached to something. What are your thoughts? Or whether it's 50 years or whatever.
In my lifetime, I truly hope we never see another set of dentures. This is something
you don't like dentures?
No, I don't. I mean,
I know a couple of denture wearers. They never complain.
I don't like dentures because my patients don't like dentures. I see them coming back to me. They hate the palate. They hate that their palate's covered. They can't taste food. They can't eat what foods they want to eat. They can't eat corn on the cob. They can't eat popcorn. They're embarrassed to eat out in public. They're embarrassed to kiss their lovers.
Okay.
It's a situation that we need to move on from in dentistry. We're getting there. Technology is bringing us there. And the future of dentistry is here right now.
So at the top of the show, when I said no more dentures, I mean, you really believe that?
Absolutely.
You don't believe the way we know them?
When we finish providing full mouth, brand new smiles for individuals supported by implants who used to wear dentures, I have a joke with them. I tell them to take their denture home and hit it with a sledgehammer when they're finished.
Now we have to mention, though, because the cost of this, that private insurance and the standard insurance doesn't cover this at all.
True. However, we have payment plans for this. And in fact, most of our patients, I'd say about 70 to 80% of our patients end up doing a payment plan in order to make this obtainable for them.
Okay, that's good. So now there's no more excuses.
Yeah, no.
Do you still hear, hey, no offense, doc, I don't like the dentist?
Oh my, every week.
Is that
if
right?
not every day. And that it's completely understandable, right? We're often associated with discomfort, or commonly what we see with these types of patients looking for a new set of teeth is that they're in and out of the dental chair all the time, and it's patchwork, and they're just getting tired of not being able to function and smile. So I completely understand why they commonly don't like the dentist.
Yeah, you told me a lot of patients, like for 20 years, back and forth to dentist getting this fixed. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just to end up losing their teeth.
Well, it adds up, right? Over the years, it's often significantly more costly than going ahead with a new set of permanent teeth. And these individuals, when they end up in my chair, they're going, you know what, I'm just surprised I haven't heard of this sooner. And I'm disappointed that I couldn't have this done years ago and saved all that time and money that I spent in the chair that ended up failing anyways.
And most of the people you see, because you brought photos, we're going to go to those photos,
Yes.
but you said most of these people didn't like their teeth like for 20 years, 10, 15 years.
Oh yeah, I mean, dental conditions are progressive. They slowly occur and people are very unhappy with their teeth over this time period when it's happening. But they just don't know that there's solutions out there.
All right. What's it like when they look at them in the mirror for the first time and see their new teeth?
You know, it's an emotional experience for them, obviously. The vast majority of individuals break down in tears. I fight back tears. My staff are usually crying. We're usually trying to film it, and because we love to show that moment to them again when they're finished their treatment. But when they see their teeth for the first time, it's a remarkable experience. I mean, this is primarily why I no longer do single tooth dentistry and why I just do full sets of new teeth for people, because it's life-changing for me.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Let's go to some photos.
Sure.
Now, these are all people, by the way, that I guess their option would have been a denture, but now they have new upper and lower teeth supported by implants.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So this first individual, it's funny because typically when I finish treating someone, I'm usually saying that they're my favorite patient because it's just been such a remarkable journey. And this individual actually, when we were all said and done, though, said that he made a friend out of it, which is truly touching. But he came in because he had wiggly teeth. That was his biggest thing.
All right.
Doesn't speak much English. He's kind of the strong, silent type, but he looked miserable. And his wife was just unhappy too. And they were just completely disappointed in the condition of his teeth. He couldn't chew anything. He couldn't eat anything. He didn't smile.
I mean, what's going on? Is it like an infection? Like
a bacterial infection of the gums primarily.
And you can't brush it out?
No, you can't. You can't. And it's a progressive condition that eventually leads to tooth loss.
Okay.
So without intervention, this guy would end up in a full denture, no doubt. And he's young.
Okay.
And he's young, and he wants to, live a healthy life. So the first sign was wiggly, loose teeth.
That's what brought him in?
Yeah, massively.
Teeth were loose.
Yeah,
okay.
couldn't eat anything hard. So brought him into our office, and he was quite desperate. He wanted a new smile. He wanted to function well, meaning chewing and eating whatever he wanted. And we spent some time together, and we decided that the best option for him would be implants supporting permanent new teeth for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's funny
geez.
because as you see in his original picture, he has no idea how to smile. Over the years, he's hid his smile. So even when we
he doesn't. So that he's just kind of like showing his teeth there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he didn't show any of his personality when I first met him as well. He was just very almost cold. I couldn't get a good read on him. He was very withdrawn. And you see with his new zirconia teeth, his permanent teeth that don't come in and out, they look beautiful, but this is immediately after we put them in his mouth, and he still hasn't quite known or learned how to smile yet.
Okay.
So what's cool with this case is when we're all said and done, we've got another follow-up photo, and you can just see his confidence oozing out
Very nice.
in this smile. And what's remarkable is
looks like just a gentle guy, like a nice guy.
Absolutely. And he's got such a great sense of humor that we had no idea existed prior to treating him. And I mean, we saw him multiple times throughout the process, but when he finally got his teeth, his confidence, his personality, his humor came out. And now when he's in the office for maintenance and follow-up appointments, I mean, you can just hear him laughing. You can hear my staff laughing with him from across the office. It's just been incredible.
And now he can eat whatever he wants.
Absolutely. He eats whatever he wants. He actually jokes with our staff and says, stick out your finger, and then he chomps because he's just so happy with how he can function with them as well.
Now, you mentioned he had like gum disease or a bacterial infection. If you have bad gums, can you do this, or are the implants more likely to fall out with gum disease?
No, this is actually great. If you have bad gums, what we do during the surgery, we remove any bacteria, any infection, we clean it out.
Okay.
So essentially, we're ridding you of any disease process.
You say they feel healthier.
Absolutely.
And they are healthier.
Yeah, it's a new start. It's a new start. They feel healthier. I mean, unhealthy teeth causes inflammation throughout the body. So it's very common for people to come back after they've had this treatment done and go, it's weird. You just worked in my mouth, but I feel great throughout.
So you think it's like an infection like anything else? Your body has to fight off this infection. When it's gone, you have more energy?
Absolutely. The infections in the mouth, the infections can also be in the bloodstream throughout the entirety of the body. But then there's also, which is equally important, is the psychological benefits of it. And they often come back saying, I feel better throughout my body, because it's not just the infection, it's the confidence that they've restored. They've regained elements of their life that they have left behind. So let me show you this next patient. Another one of my favorites. I mean, they're all my favorites. However, pretty impactful situation.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's got to be unusual.
You know what? It's not actually. These individuals exist quite a lot. We just don't know it because they never smile. They never show their teeth. So, for example, when he came into the office, I had no idea what his teeth looked like, and I actually sat and had a full consult with him. He just never showed them. So he learned how to hide his teeth. Wow. And it wasn't till we took these photos that I actually realized the condition of his teeth. So let me tell you what we did for him.
Okay.
This is going to blow you away. This is incredible.
Okay.
He was dead set not on having a denture. I was in agreement with him. So we did a full set of new teeth supported by implants, and check out that change.
Doesn't look like the same guy,
Not
literally.
at all. Not at all.
Unrecognizable.
Yeah, it's incredible. And again, he's a whole new person. And we love having him in the office. His personality has come through. He jokes with me every time he's in. His confidence has been completely restored. He eats whatever he wants. He's always telling me about eating bacon that his wife cooked.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a crazy, incredible success story for this individual. So put them side by side.
All right.
I want you to look at something. It's not just about the teeth.
Okay.
Would you say he looks younger?
You're definitely younger.
Would you say he's more handsome?
Yes, yes.
I mean, I'd even go as far as saying he looks more intelligent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's remarkable what changing the teeth can do for an individual.
So they start smiling more. People
Yes.
react to them differently. Do you ever hear family members say, oh boy, this is like,
All the time.
he's a different guy?
All the time. In fact, if you look at like public surveys, I mean, don't take it from me. I'm a dentist. I'm always going to say the smile is the most important thing. But if you look at polls they've done in the public, or studies they've done, and they've said that the smile directly relates to happiness, confidence, trust, actually how it affects their relationships completely. Often these individuals seem quite miserable prior to us providing them with a new set of teeth. And it's usually the significant other that comes in and says, he's a whole new person. He's not a miserable person. He's not grumpy.
Now, is it more men or women that do this?
We get about 50-50.
Okay.
There's no, there's no age range. There's no sex. There's no typical patient. It's a range. I mean, the youngest person we've done this on has been 26.
Okay.
And we've even treated up to 92 years old.
Now, why would a 92-year-old want to do this?
Because they want to eat and chew.
Okay.
Just like a 26-year-old. They're no different. Age is just a number. And the 92-year-old, actually, another thing about them, in addition to just wanting to eat and chew, they actually played the trumpet.
Okay.
And their denture was falling out when they were playing the trumpet.
Now tell me this, though, with age. If it's a 92-year-old, are the implants more likely to fall out?
No, it's
I mean, is there data to support that?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
The only difference we see with age is potentially a longer recovery after. But age is not an indicator to not get implants.
So 92-year-old, you're doing it. So when a 75-year-old goes in your practice and says, I'm too old, that's not too old at all?
No, not at all. Not at all. And in fact, early on in my career, I had an 84-year-old woman who did not think I gave her an implant option, and she was quite upset with me. I did give her the implant option, but she just didn't remember. But she was quite upset with me because, again, age is a number. Implants are suitable, and a new set of teeth are suitable for anyone, and they actually extend your life. What we're seeing,
because you're eating better.
Yeah, because you're able to digest nutrients better. And there's tons of literature out there now that shows up to a 10-year decrease in your life expectancy if you're in a denture. Okay. So I don't care if you're 90. Everyone wants to live longer. An extra 10 years in life is incredible. So this is a great one. One of our younger patients. She came to us and she would not stop putting her hand over her mouth. And she was in tears. She said she loves to smile, but she cannot smile. And actually, the final straw for her is these 4 front teeth here. If you look here, they're actually removable teeth, so they pop in and out.
Okay, what's that called? Like a partial?
Yeah, partial denture.
Okay.
When it doesn't cover the whole mouth, it's a partial denture. So this individual, she actually broke her partial denture right in half. So she called me and she said, I'm desperate. I need something done. I want to smile again. I'm embarrassed around my kids. She has young kids. And we ended up giving her permanent teeth supported by implants, and it's absolutely changed her
Now,
life.
when you see this on the consult, in your brain, are you thinking, this is going to be good? Or are you thinking, she has no idea how good this is going to be?
I'm thinking both those. I mean, I'm often more excited for these individuals because they often have no idea the impact it's going to have on them. They have a sense, but I get extremely excited about it because it's life changing for them.
Let's take a look at that. Is that her?
This is her.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the change. Isn't it incredible?
Yeah.
So the great thing about this, and if we're going to go through the smile design, I want you to look closely here. And we start off with the digital design.
On a computer?
Yeah, everything's digital these days, which allows for more predictable results and faster results as well, which is great. And this is why we can do it in one day. So I work with a designer, and the two of us design her smile using 2D photos, 3D photos, different digital scans that we take of the teeth and the face, and we can kind of come up with a very accurate and beautiful looking smile. So this smile is designed to mirror her lower lip, give her a full smile. And we use her facial characteristics to take into account when we design the shape of the teeth. And from there, we're able to print this the same day after we put the implants in, and she is on her way. One single appointment, one day, brand new permanent teeth. So the bottom teeth, we were actually able to save, which is great. She came in thinking that the top and the bottom were both doomed, but it wasn't the case. The bottom teeth were actually in okay shape. She had a bit of cavities, bit of decay. She had a bit of bacteria in the gums, gum infection. Yeah, we cleaned it up. They're actually quite savable teeth. So the beautiful thing about this is it saved her a lot of money. We didn't have to do that to the bottom teeth.
Now we're short on time.
Oh, I just have 2 more.
Okay. I'll rush you a little bit.
Okay,
Let's
wonderful. This lady, just a beautiful person with a beautiful smile. So she came in with wiggly teeth, and actually as she spoke, you could see them moving. So you can just imagine how much this affected her.
How did that even happen?
Yeah, well, it's a bacterial infection of the gums.
So the what? The bone?
Yeah, the bacteria gits under the gums, it eats away at the bone, and then eventually the teeth aren't supported and they can wiggle.
Okay.
And this is very common. This is hugely common in any country, in any population. Okay? And so with her, it was directly affecting her performance at work. And she was a customer service representative at a hotel, interacting with people all the time, and she just never smiled. She said she looked grumpy, she looked miserable, and she wanted to change that, let alone what she couldn't eat. I mean, you can't eat with floppy teeth.
So one of her options was a denture?
Yeah, I mean,
like you couldn't save those teeth.
Unfortunately, an option is always a denture.
Okay.
And I hope in my generation or my time that no longer becomes an option.
Okay.
Just because of the unhappy patients we see that are in dentures. But yeah, it's an option. In my opinion, it's not an acceptable option, which is why we went with permanent teeth that are fixed on implants. Yeah, here's an incredible result. And I got this first photo for you.
Very nice.
And we also have this one. This is a favorite photo of her. You can really see, first my eyes, being a dentist, they go to the teeth. Right after that, they just go to her eyes. And you can just see the happiness and the life in her. And you just know how impactful this has been for her. Yeah, so if you look at her teeth, you can actually see, the spaces between them.
On the before photo.
Yeah, on the before photo. If you look closely here, because of the bone loss due to the bacterial infection, they're actually trying to splay out a bit. Okay, and you can just imagine trying to eat a salad with teeth that are wiggly. You can't. You bite a burger, everything's coming through. You cannot chew with these, and it's not just hard foods, it's soft foods.
So they're afraid to eat because maybe a tooth will fall out.
Most of these people don't eat in public.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're extremely embarrassed about it. So you can just imagine you want to go out for a nice dinner, but your teeth are wiggling on you. And you're
so her
worried.
new teeth, by the way, I mean, those, as long as she sees you like a couple times a year, they're going to last just like regular teeth.
Yeah,
as long as she lives.
Absolutely. I mean, they're new teeth.
Okay.
So we design them to last as long as regular teeth. And the key is maintain them. You know, keep coming for your dental visits, clean under them, clean them just like you would regular teeth, and they'll last as long as regular teeth.
Okay, time for one more.
Yeah. Another great one. Here's the before. So again, with this individual, bleeding gums, you can actually see the gum inflammation if you look closely there.
Okay.
The biggest thing with him, lack of confidence. He just could not stop talking about how he has no confidence. And he
like he's embarrassed of his smile.
Absolutely, he didn't smile. You can tell in this photo, if you look closely, he's not, this is his smile, and it doesn't look like a smile.
Okay.
So he's totally adapted how he smiles because of his teeth. And we both agreed that the best option for him would be new teeth on implants. And take a look at this smile now. It's completely changed his face.
It has.
Yeah.
He looks younger.
Absolutely, he does. Everything's improved in his life on his account. Okay, and the last one we have, primarily with her, bacterial infection of the teeth, cavities. And she was breaking the teeth because of cavities. So you can see in this photo, she's missing a lot of teeth. She couldn't chew, but she came to me primarily because she just wanted a beautiful smile. She's a beautiful lady, and she just wanted to smile vibrantly and have her family and friends see it. So that was a huge thing for her, and there's nothing better to do for a smile than beautiful zirconia teeth.
Okay.
Which if you look here, just stunning teeth. And she describes
like teeth,
she describes this as the smile of her dreams. The added benefit, she can eat whatever she wants.
We're out of time. But final message to the two groups you talked about. One has really, really bad teeth. The other, they're currently wearing a denture. They've heard what you have to say, but for whatever reason, they're afraid. What do you say?
I completely understand. I encourage you to come and see me. These individuals that I've shown have been in the exact same situation, but they all share one regret, and that one regret was not doing it earlier.
Not doing it earlier.
Yeah.
And they get to see you on most of these consults?
Absolutely, they do. Yeah. I'm there with my team, and we just want to see you smile again.
And do you prefer they make an appointment online or just call your office?
Either or. It's nice to talk to a person. Give us a shout. We can start forming that relationship.
Now, one of the things I wanted to mention, though, is because we haven't talked about is I guess everybody's numb, and you're big on sedation.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely we numb every patient, but we also IV sedate every patient as well. And the goal of this is making sure that patients do not feel a thing through the entire procedure.
Okay, good.
And we also don't want them to remember too. So they just, as far as they're concerned, they had a nice little nap and they woke up with a brand new set of teeth.
Brand new set of teeth.
Yeah.
They just need to ride home, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no driving for 24 hours after this.
Okay, Dr. Webster, good stuff. I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Great. Thank you very much.
You've been watching the Wellness Hour news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. For now, I wish you good health.